Hey footy fans, Gather Round was sensational. I wanted to say well done and a huge thank you to not only the AFL but the South Australian Premier Peter Malinauskas and furthermore the South Australian community for putting together what was a great moment and a great atmosphere and community gathering for the AFL, just to see a variety of people from all over Australia go to South Australia to not only support their team, but to show their love and passion for the game. I thought that was so special, and what a moment for our AFL community and the game as a whole. The Crows beat the Blues on Thursday night. They kicked it off in fine style. The Crows 118-62 on home soil. They looked really good. They were hot early and they didn't stop. Rory led 37 disposals, 1 goal. He had a huge game. Darcy Fogarty on returned in fine style with 5 goals. And it was all Crows high flying to kick off Gather Round. On Friday, the Dockers beat the Suns 100-90. The Suns, they led a few times, but Freo fought back. They regained the lead. It came down to the wire, and it really came down, especially in that second half, to the ruckman with Luke Jackson and Sean Darcy really having a huge impact on this game. Also, Amos had a really nice game for Freo and kicked a goal late in the dying stages to really wrap this one up. The Swans beat the Tigers 122-78. Tom Papley, boy oh boy, doesn't he love a goal? He had 6 of them in this game. He absolutely loved it. Corey Warner on debut got a goal as well, and the Swans with a nice win, obviously losing last round to Port Adelaide in those dying stages after the siren just being stopped by Alia, but this was a great response from them. On the other hand, the Tigers, well, I'm really concerned about this team. No Lynch, no Nankervis. I know they've got injuries, but they've still got talent out there, and that talent isn't showing up to the high standard that I expected them to for this season. On Saturday, the Lions smashed the Roos 152-77. As the Instagram caption read from North Melbourne, got a lesson. They certainly did, the Roo boys. They fell off in the third quarter. The Lions too strong. They kicked away. Danaher with 5, Hipwood with 4, Charlie Cameron with 4 as well. The Lions was a solid win up in South Australia. The Bombers beat the Demons 104-77. This absolutely stunned me, this win. I tipped the Demons. I thought they were going to get a great win, but the Bombers, a strong team effort by them, a huge win, and it not only stunned me, but I'm sure a lot of fans out there, and to more of an extent, the Melbourne Demons as a team and as a football club. Yeah, I just thought they'd be the stronger side, but not to be. Huge win and result for the Bombers. Port Adelaide beat the Dogs 70-56, a cracking game of football. The Dogs looked really good, a solid effort by them. They just missed a few opportunities in the fourth quarter, which cost them, whereas Port Adelaide made the most of their opportunities, and Zach Butters closed the door on this game. The Cats took on the Eagles on Sunday. The Cats 136-89, back-to-back wins for them. The Cats fired away early and they were strong, they were dominant, but to see the Eagles, they just kept kicking goals, and it felt like the Cats' defence just dropped off at times and let the Eagles score a few easy goals there. I would have liked to see the Cats go to another level, be a bit stronger, instead of just give up at times, even though the damage was already done. The Eagles, on the other hand, great to see them kicking goals and getting the ball forward and getting the most out of their opportunities that they created. I just felt like this game was a bit boring, if I have to be brutally honest. The Giants and Hawks game, this one wasn't too boring. The Giants winning 77-75 in an absolutely nail-biting finish. Harry Himmelberg, enormous for the Giants in this game. It was a close game. The Hawks didn't get it forward quick enough. They wasted a bit of time, and it just really cost them in the end as that final siren went. Nonetheless, a really close game of football. Both sides kept just swinging back at one another. Speaking of big games of football, the Pies and the Saints. The Pies win 70-64. They hand the Saints their first loss of the season. The Pies, not the strongest, I thought. They could have been a whole lot better, but they just did enough in the end. Nick Dacos, sensational, 42 disposals. He just can't go wrong. He had hundreds and hundreds of metres gained, and the Pies hold on in a gritty win. And late in the game, Braden Maynard with a huge grab in defence to wrap this one up. Folks, it's time for ANZAC's Gather Round, GMP of the round. My goal of the round goes to Darcy Wilmot from the Brisbane Lions. Kept it in along the boundary against the Roos. Quick snap, nice and high, straight through, and it took me back to those many years ago when Luke Hodge did a similar thing at the MCG, and that famous Bruce McAvaney call. Hodges kicked it out of nowhere. Darcy Wilmot, you took me back to that moment, and what a goal by Wilmot, out of nowhere indeed for that one. My mark of the round goes to Big Harry Himmelberg. He got it a few rounds ago, and he's got it again. A strong grab on the head of James Sicily. What a leap. He kicked the game winner, and then in the dying stages of the match, to get back in defence, to get a hand on Jarman Impey's shot at goal, and to save the day for his team. Harry Himmelberg is having a great start to the season, and he is a very impactful player for the GWS Giants. My player of the round goes to Sam Draper, Big Sammy Draper. I know there are a few huge performances during this round, but Sammy Draper, a great return home in front of the South Australian crowd. 3 goals, 14 disposals, 4 marks, 3 of those 4 contested, 2 tackles. He had 18 hit-outs, 2 clearances, 2 inside 50s, and 165 metres gained. So a lovely contribution there from Sammy Draper. Great to see him not only around the football, but getting his name on the score sheet and getting a handful of goals. And what a return home for Sam there, and what a win it was for the Essendon Football Club. Folks, if you thought Gather Round was good, I can't wait for round 6. Friday night it starts up in the west at Optus Stadium. The Dockers taking on the Dogs. I'm tipping the Dogs by 14 points. I think they can get a great win on the road, and I can't wait for the annual beautiful ANZAC matches. You've got the ANZAC Eve game between the Melbourne Demons and the Tigers, and then obviously the ANZAC Day special between the Pies and the Bombers. I can't wait, and as always, you gotta love footy. Like that recap and you want to see more of my content, remember to hit that thumbs up, like, comment, and hit that red button down there that says subscribe. Much appreciated. For more content, follow me on my Facebook page and also my Instagram page.